Good afternoon. Hello, and welcome to your wonderful Mindful Monday session. I hope you are well, and I hope that you can hear me okay. If you do want to just let me know that you can hear me, that would be wonderful. I'd be very, very grateful. My name is Henri. I'm one of your vitality coaches and specialist in mental health and well-being. Hope everybody is well today. Last week, of course, was Mental Health Awareness Week, and we did lots of mindfulness. We did lots of different sessions. And this week, a much quieter week for me, for sure, in terms of delivery. But I'm just feeling maybe a little bit of the effects of such a busy week, you know, when you're just starting to feel something in the back of your throat. So I do apologize if I'm a little bit croaky today. Thank you, Colette. Thank you, Emma, for letting me know that you can hear us. So thank you for joining me today. Thank you for giving yourself some time to start the week, maybe ease into the week, let's say, on a Monday. And today we're going to be looking at the topic of insight. And I've got a really lovely, juicy definition for insight that we're going to come on to a little bit later on. So we always start, don't we, with defining mindfulness. Mindfulness means maintaining a moment-by-moment awareness of our thoughts, our feelings, our bodily sensations, and our surrounding environment through a gentle and nurturing lens. Mindfulness also involves acceptance, meaning that we pay attention to our thoughts and feelings without judging them, without believing, for instance, that there's a right or a wrong way to think or feel in a given moment. When we practice mindfulness, our thoughts tune into what we're sensing in the present moment, rather than rehashing the past or imagining the future. Any thought that you have, any feeling that you have, is absolutely valid. It's absolutely valid. There's no need to try to escape or avoid any thought or feeling that you're having. It's really important. And I hope some of you were able to join our mindful walk last week. And if you haven't been able to, I'd encourage you to get out for a nice walk in nature and listen to that session as you walk around. Because the purpose of mindfulness and the purpose of these sessions is not only just to have a lovely experience together, but it's also to say, right, okay, what can we learn and what can we take into our everyday lives? And I think the mindful walk was a good example of that. So go ahead and get yourself comfortable in whatever shape or form that takes. I'm still sitting here on my chair with a back and my feet are slightly crossed, kind of at the ankles, but you can have your feet flat on the ground. You can be sitting in your lotus position. You can be lying on the floor, lying on a bed, lying on the sofa. Whatever works for you. And when you're ready, just close your eyes, soften your eyes. And let's take a couple of deep breaths together to start our practice. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale. and exhale. Inhale deeply. And exhale completely. Inhale. And exhale. Breathe in. And breathe out. And keep breathing slowly, controlled, as always. If you're new to this mindful practice, just keep breathing slow and controlled. If you're not new, you know exactly what you're doing. Focus your attention on your breath. Notice your abdomen expanding and contracting. I tell you what we haven't done for a while is a nice little body scan. So we'll just do a body scan in a moment, but just focus on your breath, focus on your abdomen. And if you can just breathe a little bit slower, a little bit more controlled than you normally would, this is a good start. The deeper you can breathe, the more controlled you can breathe. This is a nice thing to focus on. I want you just to bring your attention now to the top of your head, the very top of your head. Imagine you're a puppet and there's a string just at the top of your head, pulling your head up, just gently. Imagine a revitalizing energy just at the top of your head. What color would it be? What size would it be? Would it be small? Would it be the size of your head? Would it be slightly larger? What shape would it be? Would it be a ball? Would it be a type of mist? I want you just to visualize that energy seeping into the top of your head, filtering down into your forehead, into your eyes, your nose, your cheeks, into your ears. It's a healing energy. It's an energy that brings you vitality. Into your cheeks and into your chin, down your neck and into your throat, into your shoulders, both of your collarbones, into your chest and your abdomen. But at the same time, running down your arms, into your elbows, into your hands, into the tips of your fingers. Feel that energy in your back, down your spine. Into your buttocks. Into your thighs. Your knees. Down your shins and your calves. And into your ankles. All the way to the ends of your toes. And just give your big toes a little wiggle, just to release that energy, just to acknowledge how that energy has passed through every cell in your body. Wiggling your big toes is just like a little tap to release it into the ground. Today's session is on the topic of insight. And there's a lovely, lovely definition that I found. Insight is the capacity to gain an accurate and deep understanding of someone or something. The capacity to gain an accurate and deep understanding of someone or something. Now we all have capacity for insight. We all have the capacity for insight in any given moment. And we have the capacity for insight on a range of different things. Here we talk about, the definition talks about a deep understanding, an accurate and deep understanding of something. Now, when I talk about insight, that deep, that accurate understanding of something, that thing, is experience. The experience that we're having on a moment-to-moment basis. Every moment is an opportunity to gain a more accurate and deep understanding of ourselves as human beings. And our evidence, our data, is our experience. And I don't mean your experiences, your past experience. No, that's not what I'm talking about at all. I'm talking about your experience of this moment. Take a moment right now to listen. What can you hear? What can you hear in your environment? Now, I can hear birds. I can hear someone or something kind of banging away in the distance. And I think I just heard the beep of a car horn. I have no way to know that those things are true. I assume that they are true. Data from our moment-to-moment experience is received by our senses. In this case, our ears receive data. That data is via what I think is sound waves. That data is then processed by the brain. And then the brain does its best job to match that data with what is stored in its filing cabinets. And then I make a conscious or unconsciously, I label that data. as a car horn, as a bird. This happens incredibly quickly. And sometimes we don't get it right. We think it's one thing, but actually it's something else. When we discover that what we thought was true and what is actually true, when we discover there's a difference there, and we realize what is actually true, this is where we experience insight, a deeper and more accurate understanding into our human experience. You've had those moments, those light bulb moments, those eureka moments when you realized that your map of the world, your map of reality, wasn't quite perfect to the reality that's out there. And so you shifted that map and changed that map with more accurate information, with more accurate data. And that is a wonderful experience to have, and you have that capacity in every moment of every day to explore, to be curious, and to notice where that map might have some inaccuracies. And it takes conscious attention. It does. But you will find that exploration the most satisfying and enjoyable experience you can have. And what it means is we get to understand ourselves better. We get to understand our minds better. We get to understand our experience as human beings better. And the better we understand our experience, the more gracefully we can navigate that experience in the world, with the people around us, with our work, with our play. sounds like you're listening to my voice. But you're not actually listening to my voice. Unless you're in this room with me, which I don't think you are. Data is being picked up by a microphone, which is being transmitted into the computer, which is traveling via some invisible, I'm not really sure how the internet works, to be fair. But that data is then being read and processed and coming out of your speakers, and you're hearing whatever data your computer's picking up. You're not actually hearing my voice. In a moment, I'm going to count down from 5 to 1. When I get to 1, just open your eyes in your own time. Bring your attention back to the room. Try not to rush off anywhere. I hope I haven't melted your brain too much. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. I hope that you got something from today's session, whatever it is. As I mentioned, try not to rush off anywhere. I'll just hold this space for a couple of minutes. Try not to rush back into your thinking either. It's tempting to jump back in. If you have any comments or anything that stood out for you, anything that you kind of got from that session, feel free to post it. But don't rush, you don't have to. I hope you have a lovely week. I hope this allows you to glide through the rest of the day and your week. And if at any point you feel tense, you can always take a few breaths and just recenter yourself, refocus yourself at any time. Thank you, Nikki. You're so welcome. Nikki says, thanks for another great session. You're so welcome. I will see you all next week, I hope. Take care and have a lovely, lovely week.